coming in large, baby.
Damn, bring the energy, bro. I like it.
French made, fine hotels. The Kraken's on you, the sex is on me, baby.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
baby. That's it. This is a squeeze in the cheese. Coming at you, baby. Week of February 17th, 2025. And it has been a hellacious week in the E. So, hey, I'm doing my show. Get out. Anyway, that was it, bro. So, welcome to all our fans, and I'm the squeeze, he's the cheese, and the cheese looks like he's been in Hawaii or at a strip club lately, and he's having a good
No,
time. So,
no way, bro.
anyway,
We got to get Mardi Gras in like a week and a half. We got to get ready. We got to get our beads ready. We got to get our masks ready. We got to get our drinks ready. You to party it up.
yeah, Mardi Gras. I forgot it's Mardi Gras. You're right. Oh,
That's
okay,
right.
bro. We should have
That's
been
right,
ready
baby.
for Mardi Gras, man. We still got to go to the Bunny Ranch, man.
The Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch, bro. They got some fine ass hoochies there. The crazy ass hoochies, man.
We
Anyway,
got to check it out.
yeah. Anyway,
Got to check
bro.
it out.
Let's get serious for a moment. It was a very interesting week in the E this week. What did you think of the talk of the town, The Rock on Friday with his I Want Your Soul program, and he asked Cody for his soul. I know what I think about it. I know where I think they're going with this. What do you think they're doing with this, bro?
Tell you the truth, I don't know. I didn't see Friday yet. I saw Monday night, and then I saw NXT, but I haven't seen SmackDown yet. So I really don't know. All I've seen is like the still pictures of The Rock talking to Cody, and The Rock had on that goofy like vest that he wears.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
final boss. So catch me up. What do you think they're doing on it? Do you think like just a couple of the headlines I've read is that this is going to make Cody turn heel, and then it's going to be Cody versus Cena at Mania?
No, no. I don't think that's what's going to happen. You want me to fill you in on what I think is going to happen? My take
Yes,
on it, even though you haven't seen SmackDown?
yes.
Okay. Well, they did that promo, right? The Rock did his promo, and Cody looks like a little boy. The crowd didn't know what to make of it. There's no reaction to the promo at all. What I'm thinking they're going to do, since he's going to meet him at Elimination Chamber for his response, what I think they're going to do is he's going to talk to The Rock. He's going to say, "I don't want I don't want your fame. I don't want to sell my soul to you. I want to be the people's champion, my people, not your people." All this stuff, not a racist thing. But anyway, what I'm saying is, he wants to be his person, and then The Rock is going to attack him. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to put Rock against Cody at Mania. Then after that, if Cena wins in Elimination Chamber, they're going to make it a three-way dance for the title. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense. That'll do
Because,
it.
dude, they backed themselves into a corner with the Jey Uso versus Gunther thing.
Oh,
They
dude,
say they're not
that's
selling too many
horrible.
tickets because of that. They say
That's horrible, bro.
the sales have been struggling, even though we couldn't go because of the Hey, how you doing, Best Life? Hey, Gustavo. Um, even though we couldn't go because of the ticket sales, nobody's buying this thing, man. Nobody wants to see Jey Uso as the world champion. Nobody wants to see it. He's a
Well, yeah,
horrible
like
choice.
yeah. Like just thinking that Jey Uso could main event a WrestleMania. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's goofy. Now, do you think it's part of like The Rock's contract where he's like, hey, for me to come back, you have to put another one of my cousins into the main event. And this time it's got to be Jay. And then if they want him back next year, then they're going to have to put Jimmy Uso in the main event. If they want him the year after that, they're going to have to put Solo Sikoa in the main event. And if they want him the year after that, then they're going to have to put in, does he have any more cousins?
He's got a lot of cousins who wrestle, and they're all getting contracts, man. Sooner or later, everyone who's family members is going to be the world champion, or they're going to be close to it. Look, all his family members get pushed. They never get. They're not at the bottom of the card. And their friends do too. Look at, I mean, Tamatanga. He's not one of their family members, but he's at the top of the card because he's associated with them. I guess same race, or I don't know, but I mean, it's like
Yeah,
so. Yeah, they say that all the Samoans in wrestling are going to get a contract with the East sooner or later. So I mean, yeah, everyone whose relatives is showing up, but they've tried to push some of them like Solo Sikoa and Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso, but those three just can't cut it. They need another. They need guys like Jacob Fatu and
yeah,
Roman
yeah,
Reigns.
yeah, yeah. Now, do you think they're going to keep the match, Jey Uso versus Gunther at Mania? Do you think they're going to move Jey Uso out of that spot? Do you think they're going to add a three-way to it, make it a four-way? Like, what do you think they can do to save that WrestleMania? Because I remember when Batista won the Royal Rumble, and then
Yeah.
and then that was like everybody's like everybody shit on that. And then to save that one, they had Daniel Bryan wrestle Triple H first, and then they made a three-way, and then that kind of salvaged the card and kind of made it a really memorable Mania because Bryan went over. How do you think they can? What do you think they can do to save this year's main event?
Um. Yeah. Kenneth Tuna that went bad. Yeah, that's bad. That's funny. This guy's making fun of me. It's pretty funny. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I think to salvage this mania, they got to put somebody new in there. I mean, they got to put somebody. They got to put Gunther. They got to put Jey Uso. Who else do you think you could put in there? I don't see any other viable guy on there. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So they look like I mean, they need somebody like Braun Steiner. They need somebody like Braun. They should put new blood in there. Somebody new,
Yeah,
somebody who they don't think can win the title right now. I think if they put Braun Breaker there, he's probably gonna win. So I mean, they should just salvage it, like giving it to Braun right away. I mean, because I mean, it's not Jey Uso. There's nobody else on the card either who can get the title. I mean, they booked themselves into a corner. I don't know why they did this, but they thought Jey Uso would have the advantage, but he doesn't.
yeah. Now, have you heard anything on Chad Gable? Because he's off. Like he's off right now, trying to find, uh, like to get better at fighting luchadors. Do you know anything about that? Have you heard anything about that angle?
I have not. I haven't even looked into it. I assume that he's I assume he's learning some lucha moves because he's probably training with somebody, and they're going to debut a new lucha related wrestler as his coach. But yeah, that's a good angle. But I mean, I think creatively they don't have enough for some of these guys on the card because I mean they just don't know what they're doing with the talent they have to push because we already have established talent. Chad Gable is just finally getting his ways about him, but they got to do something with him, man. I mean, and they got Chad Gable, they got Braun Breaker, they got Jey Uso. Those are the guys they're trying to push, and so far they're developing some of these guys really badly. Some guys like Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, they're still a little lower level than those guys, but they're doing well with those guys. But it seems like the mid card talent they're not doing too well with right now. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, yeah. I think they just have too many guys, and they just focus on the established guys just way too much, and they never really give like the Gables a chance to really, you know, go up. Like I think they should have put the IC strap on Gable when he was fighting Gunther. You know, um, to give him that victory, but they just kept jobbing him out, week after week, match after match. So that was you know, I think that was the wrong call because you know it's like what they did when the original Bro was fighting Seth Rollins for like months. They just kept jobbing him out to Rollins, and then finally, like after the sixth match, when he finally got the victory, nobody cared because he had already been so thoroughly like beaten and demoralized in the fans' eyes that everybody's like, oh shit, nobody cares. It's too little, too late.
I think they should just go full blown heel with Gable. I think they should just not let him be a nice guy anymore. I think they should just take the reins off of him and turn him into a vicious pit bull. You know, because I mean, this guy they play him for laughs, but I don't know. Maybe they should shave his head, come out with new ring gear, just a little pit bull like Chris Benoit, and then they could take him seriously. You know. So, but nobody takes him seriously right now. He's just too affable, too nice. So I mean, why take him seriously, right? So
Yeah. So what do you think on NXT? Ricky Saint showed up, and it was supposed to be like a big deal. I know nothing about the guy. Like, where's he from?
oh,
Is
Ricky
he any good?
Starks, Ricky Starks, you're talking about.
Yeah. I guess they changed his name.
Did you into Ricky Saint? You said.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know Ricky Starks. He started out. Oh, by the way, there's a guy here from France, Arnaud Rebondi. Hey, that's great, man. Where are you from France? And Arnaud, I know French pretty well. I studied French for 5 years in college. I know a lot about France. Anyway, so what's his name? Ricky Starks. I heard he first started out in WWE developmental. Then after that, he went to the NWA, which is where I saw him first. The new NWA run by Billy Corgan. I saw him there about 5 or 6 years ago. Then he got a contract with AEW. He's been languishing in AEW for 3 or 4 years. Then I guess they let him go of his contract, and now he's in WWE again. He's a decent wrestler. He has great mic skills. He reminds me a lot of a young Rock, as he's still young enough to make an impact, and he's a pretty good acquisition. He's one of those acquisitions that they need now that some of their stars on the main roster are pretty. They suck, man. They they're not good at all, man. Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about Obafemi?
Um, Obafemi, he's great. I think the whole look, the whole physical stature, all that, they can make him into a monster heel or a monster face, no matter what they want. But I think they're gonna have to tweak it a little bit because honestly, can his look translate into dollar signs? Because are they gonna turn him into like one of those characters from the '80s, like the Nigerian monster, or I don't know, or are they gonna get taken seriously as just
The
a big
Nigerian Dream,
wrestler? You know?
Akeem.
Yeah, it's just a big tough wrestler. I mean, because nowadays, gimmicks like the '80s. They don't fly in wrestling anymore. Everybody wants to be taken seriously. They use their real names. They use real gimmicks. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah. No, I like him, but do you think like because he's in NXT, he's just so big and so powerful. But the guys in NXT are like a lot smaller than the guys like in WWE. So like when he gets called, because like when they build him up to be just this just giant monster who overpowers everybody, like when he gets to the main roster and he's got to go up against guys like Damian Priest, he goes up against guys like Gunther, guys who are as big as him, if not a little bit bigger against Otis, just other monsters. Do you think he's going to be able to sell, or do you think they're going to keep with that like overpowering monster type like push, or is he going to have to get better in the ring? Because like Bronson Reed, like they just a bunch of big dudes that are just Braun Strowman. They have a bunch of just big powerful dudes. Do you think he's charismatic enough? His look is enough that'll carry him with the fans, or is he really going to have to get better as a technical wrestler?
I think his look is fine. I think that he's got the look. I mean, he's got the look of a bigger built black Brock Lesnar. This guy could be the next big thing. He's got. I think seriously, he's not going to have any competition as far as the main roster goes. It's set maybe for Braun, who is going to really have to have his work cut out for him. Because I mean, Braun, he's just got that intensity and that power that could match him. But I think Obafemi, man, he's just unstoppable. I don't see him as just I don't see anybody going past him, not even Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu can't match his speed, his power, his quickness. He can't match that. I mean, I think Obafemi is like the future, basically. I mean, I just haven't seen an athlete like that since Brock Lesnar came around. And Brock Lesnar was the wrestler, big, lumbering, slow kind of wrestler. But Obafemi, he's got the power and the skills of Brock Lesnar, except he's got speed and power and quickness. How do you compete with that? You know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Now, have you seen pictures of Brock Lesnar's daughter?
I have, yeah.
Now, are
What do you
those
think
real?
about that? I don't know, man.
Is she?
She looks like him. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like.
she's got the look. She looks just like him. I don't know. Is that Sable's daughter? Do you think?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I mean, it can't. I mean, it can't be, can it?
I
Because
don't
Sable
know,
was,
man.
she was
I heard
kind
they
of
got
small.
two kids together. I heard they got two boys, but I never heard of him having a girl with Sable. But man, I mean that chick. Yeah, man. I mean,
She look, she looks big and powerful.
yeah, she's got a lot of power there, man. She's a big Viking broad, man. She's one of those Viking broads that went on the raids with the guys back about 1,000 years ago, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And do you think the War Raiders are getting any better? I've never been a War Raider fan.
I've always been
Ha-
a fan of theirs. I think that the gimmick, the Viking Raiders, was really bad, but I think they're just big, strong, rough tumble guys. They remind me of a tag team from the '80s. They would have fit right in the '80s. It's just that some of these guys
yeah,
are like decades too late, or some people are just decades too soon. It's like I mean, some of these wrestlers they just come from different times,
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. I remember there was a time when Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis were the tag team champions,
yeah,
and
Adrian
those were
Adonis, man.
and,
I mean, he was ahead
and
of his time with the flamboyant, adorable Adrian gimmick they gave him in the
adorable
'80s.
Adrian.
That was like 20, 30 years ahead. I mean, if wrestling would accept gay people, that would probably fly today. I mean,
That was funny.
Goldust was ahead of its time. I mean, so you got things that are ahead of their time. Like Drew with his gimmick, the Scottish psychopath. That is a great gimmick, but they should play up to that. The Scottish psychopath. So he does little mannerisms with his eyes, and he's beating people up, and he's doing cryptic promos like "I'm gonna kill you, mother." All this stuff, psychopathic stuff.
No,
That'd be great. But I mean, they don't play it up. They don't know what to
no,
do with stuff like that. They
they
don't.
don't.
They don't. They need writers who can write stuff like that, man. But their writers are just sitcom or drama writers. They don't know how to write characters. Like they have to write characters, man. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Now, who do you think's more of a? Because Drew McIntyre's a Scottish psychopath, and Tommaso Ciampa's the Sicilian psychopath.
yeah, yeah.
Who is more who is more psychopathic? who would you who would you put your money on if those two
Man,
like got
honestly,
no fight?
honestly, I would not like to be. I would not like to be Tommaso Ciampa in a dark alley. That guy, he scares me, man. That guy, he looks like he's got no friends in the world. That guy, it's his eyes, man. You can always tell a person by their eyes. It's his eyes, man. They look sinister. Drew doesn't have eyes like that. Drew has kind, soft eyes. He's a teddy bear. You know, he likes cats. He likes cats, man.
Kinds
Cats.
of
He likes
times.
cats. Come on, dude. The guy's a nice guy, but Tommaso Ciampa, he's probably got a dungeon in his house, man, where he keeps the girls. You know, so
Oh man, that's funny.
yeah.
That's funny, bro. That's funny.
Man, we're
All
having a
right, bro.
good time today, aren't we?
It is, man. It is. But I got to get going. I got to get.
Oh
I got to
man,
get to work with 20 minutes.
we're just warming up. Well, anyway, that's been us for today, people. Thank you for joining us. We had a great time, and get ready for Elimination Chamber next week. We'll have our rundown and tell you how we thought about it. Anyway, this has been the Squeeze in the Cheese signing off. See
And the
ya.
beans and the tuna.
Yeah, beans and the tuna. See you later, baby.
Later, bro.